about August of last year, I was like, okay, I'm just going to own what I believe, which is that every mental health disorder isn't a disorder. It's a response to trauma, and it's mislabeled. And I'm going to just own that because that's what I believe, that's what I've seen, and it's completely wrong. And the American Psychiatric Association is wrong. It's not a disorder, and it can be cured, and it can be reversed, depending on how maladaptive it is. And I went hard on, okay, guys, so it's not PTSD. It's PTSR, post-traumatic stress response, not disorder. It's not an identity. We can change it.
That's good. Can you say that again?
Post-traumatic stress, so PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. People get that diagnosis. My father's a veteran in the Vietnam War. He has that diagnosis. And people, when they have a disorder from the DSM, which is where it comes from, they don't just say, oh, I have a disorder. It becomes an identity. So I don't have just a PTSD. It's who I am. And they take it on, and the standard languaging is, and it can't be cured or it can't be fixed. It's just how it is from now on. And the evidence is so clear that that's not the case.
And so you said response.
Response, because
Right.
what happens is, the thing about the way that healthcare and medicine and mental health, which it shouldn't be called mental health, which we can get into, it's the wrong name, but all healing modalities are moving towards is a massive amount of respect for how the body responds to things, because it's been here longer than we have. Like, our evolution has been around for millions of years. So if there's a response like stress or diabetes or something like that, there's an underlying dysfunctional pattern, and the response makes sense based on the underlying pattern. And the problem with Western medicine is that it over-pathologizes things, meaning it only focuses on what's wrong. And that's not a bad thing. Like, if you have an x-ray because you have something broken, you know it's wrong. But you can't only focus on that, and you can't make that who you are for sure. And that's so easy to do in the current mental health system, is to say, oh, well, you don't understand. I mean, I have general anxiety disorder, so that's just who I am. And they kind of like almost get like this learned helplessness based on their disorder that they can't change. And that's the standard messaging. And then the psychiatrists just say, here's some medication and suppress stuff and manage your symptoms, and good luck, right? And mental health diagnosis is on the rise. All these issues are on the rise. We have a significantly polarized country right now and world, because we're viewing the problem not in full context. And the data is so clear, based on the work of Bessel van der Kolk, Dr. van der Kolk, is that developmental trauma, which is what happens to us as we grow up, and then attachment trauma, which is how we learn to relate to people emotionally and psychologically, disrupts connection. And all these disorders are essentially coping mechanisms. So if you take someone with dissociative identity disorder or multiple personalities, and you put them together with like 100 other people who have that disorder, they might seem crazy. But you put that person back with their family of origin, they're brilliantly dissociating from the trauma of their environment. And so we have to view it from a different perspective.